Well, yeah, they don't want to see that shit.
Where did they see it? Did they go to a show?
First of all, this is a radio show. Stop swearing, okay, you bumbling fool. And second of all,
I didn't swear.
Yes, you did.
Cuss all the time.
Yes, you. No. You're not going to say.
Yeah,
no.
you can. It's a radio show.
Number two.
Okay, you were asking the guy about how the transgender community has affected him personally. I want to know, how has Donald Trump affected you personally?
Sure.
Me?
In a negative way. You're making money off of him.
Sure. So are you going to let me answer, or are you going to answer for me? Can I answer your question?
Well, I'm asking.
Okay, thank you, because you tried to answer it for me. I made money way before Donald Trump became president. So first of all, how has it affected me in a negative fashion? Well, I've had death threats. And the reason why I've had death threats, and by the way, I've filed police reports about this, is because I speak out against Donald Trump. I did political talk radio before Donald Trump. I never got any death threats. That's number one. Number two, the biggest tax breaks for the top 1% in this country. My taxes haven't gone down. When Joe Biden was president of the United States, I have diabetics in my family. You see, Plan B and Plan D was covered under Joe Biden, which means millions of more Americans were able to get their insulin capped at $35. Donald Trump signed an executive order on day one, going back to his policy where millions of Americans don't have access to insulin capped at $35. Now, I just named you several very key important points, and I will also say on a daily basis, we are more divided in this country than we've been in my lifetime, both racially and politically. There's a lot of hatred out there. There's a lot of violence out there. So you can go ahead and say, well, Donald Trump became president. He makes you all this money. Dude, I've been doing radio for 22 years. I don't need Donald Trump as president of the United States. I cover the news for a living. That's what I do. So I just named you several things that have affected me directly because Donald Trump is president of the United States. So there you go, sir. I answered your question. Now tell me, how has Donald Trump helped you in the last 6 or 7 months?
Tax breaks. And
tax breaks. Okay, hold on. What tax breaks are you referring to? And how much money do you make per year, sir?
Well, I make enough.
No. If I'm going to answer your question, I need to know exactly how much money you make every year. Do you make $100,000 a year? Do you make over $400,000 a year? Do you make over $1 million a year?
If you made over $1 million, you got a tax break. That's the point.
How much money do you make every year?
We're going to be screwed this year because of his stupid tariffs on soybeans. But yes,
there you go.
Absolutely,
tariffs are a tax. There you go.
Okay, well,
made our point for us.
I'm glad you made our point for us, sir. So there are a lot of farmers out there that are losing their jobs.
Tariffs are absolutely a tax.
So there you go. You found something that Donald Trump actually has hurt you on. Can you name me a couple things how he's helped you in the last 6 months, policy-wise? Because I answered your question.
Yeah, make your point.
I think you would agree, sir. I answered your question respectfully, and I said, here are 3 or 4 things that Donald Trump has done and implemented that have affected me personally. Name me 3 or 4 things that he's done that have helped you in the last 6 or 7 months, policy-wise. I'm open ears, sir.
Well, he has made the countries that I fought for not look so weak by.
So you made it okay to hate people. You agree with that?
I used to vote left, and the weakness on that side is pathetic.
So be specific. You didn't name me a policy. You made generalizations in saying that he made us stronger. How did he make us stronger? What policy?
He made it okay to hate.
Well, tell me what policy. What has he done specifically? I don't want generalizations because you MAGA people always call up with generalizations. Well, he made us stronger.
Well, anyone can do that.
He made America great again. Yeah. That's not an answer, sir. Be specific.
You guys do the same thing over on your side.
No, Brian was very specific.
Ask me any question and I will give you directly what Democrats' policy-wise have done to help me.
Brian was very specific.
Joe Biden, the CHIPS and Science Act, for example, the bipartisan infrastructure bill. Joe Biden,
I gave you.
No, you didn't.
Those are policies. Those were made law.
These are laws that were put. You can laugh like Tucker Carlson, or you could answer my question.
You want to do it? You want to talk about Stormy all the time, you weirdo creep.
Okay, so you
get mad.
Hold on, sir.
No, I'm asking you.
No, you're not.
Fight me down.
Sir, I'm asking you to name specific policies. Try to focus for a moment, sir. I just named you more policies that I liked under Joe Biden and the Democrats. I answered your question. I gave you 3 or 4 things how Donald Trump has affected me negatively. I want you to answer the question and name me several policies, not generalizations. He's making America great again.
Or laws.
Give me some policies that Donald Trump has implemented that have helped you. Go.
He has slowed down the border.
He's slowed down
because we all know there
transgender.
Is man and woman, and that is it.
So what has he done policy-wise that has helped you, and how do transgenders affect your life negatively? What has he done policy-wise?
Because this is the country I live in, and this is crazy. We don't have.
I think you're
a middle
crazy.
person.
That's an
You have a-
opinion.
So you're saying it's
I am.
okay
Actually, I
for
am.
men to be dressed
I am.
and not identify themselves and throw ladies
That's
and
different.
grandmothers
That's
on the
different than
ground?
a transgender.
So you agree that he should have a private military force going around the country asking people to show their papers and their IDs, and if they speak Spanish, it's okay to stop them? You're okay with that?
They stop that. They don't do that.
That's not true.
What are you talking about?
That's-
They see
That's
now
not true.
he's dealing
He
in
doesn't know what
fake
he's talking
news.
about. He doesn't know what he's
Now
talking
you're
about.
dealing in fake news, and you're
Yeah, that's what you always
What
say. You don't know
transgender?
what you're dealing with.
Okay,
It's
so
absolutely
let's
a
go
fact.
with this. Hold on a second. Let's back up a second. You mentioned transgenders. Now I said, how has it affected you in a positive way? What policy has Donald Trump implemented when it comes to transgenders that has positively affect you in your life? Because that was the question. How is it affecting you positively? Because you asked me, how's Donald Trump affected me negatively? I gave you specific examples. So tell me what Donald Trump did with transgenders.
not hyperbole.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
Because we have children, and
You have
we
children.
live in a blue city,
Gotcha. You have
and
children.
they don't need to be around that kind of weirdness.
Okay, so
Are they
I mean,
around that
they
weirdness?
know
Are you
there's a
saying the
man or
kids are
woman.
around that?
So your kids,
Uh,
you're claiming your kids are around
They have-
transgenders. Is that what you're saying? And it affects them in a negative way.
Well, yeah, they don't want to see that shit.
Where did
Okay,
they see
so
it? Did they
first
go
of
to
all-
a show?
First of all, this is a radio show. Stop swearing, okay, you bumbling fool. And second of all,
I didn't swear.
Yes, you did.
cuss all the time.
yes,
so
you. No. You're not going to say.
Yeah,
No.
you can. It's
Okay,
a radio show.
Number two, you're claiming that you have kids. You might not even have them. So tell me what Donald Trump implemented policy-wise that would lead you to believe that your kids in school are not around transgenders anymore. What policy is that, sir?
And you don't know nothing.
Sir, answer my question.
know nothing.
Pot him down again.
He
Sir,
can't answer.
sir,
He
I'm
can't.
asking. Okay, so let's backtrack a little bit. Hold on. You claimed that Donald Trump's policy has made it better for your kids to not be around transgenders. Can you please tell me what policy Donald Trump put in place? He hung up the phone. What a shocker.
See, that's
Because
what they do. They
here's
call
why.
names, they get frustrated, and then they
Here's
hang up.
why. Here's why. There is no policy that Donald Trump has put in place that would stop transgenders from going to school. That guy has no idea what he's talking about, and he couldn't name one policy that has helped him. In turn, I named multiple policies under the Trump administration that have affected me negatively.
He said his children were around transgenders. He said, my children are. I was going to ask him, did you go to a show? Did you bring him to a. I mean, where? Where did this happen?
Yeah, so there's no policy put in place that Donald Trump put in there that would stop transgenders from going to school, allegedly being around his kids. Number two, I want to be very clear on this. This is what usually happens when these fools call in.
Yep.
They hung up the phone. I did not hang up on him because he couldn't answer the question.
Brian, you gave him multiple chances. You gave him open-ended questions and many chances. And this is what they don't understand is that they have a chance. You're saying call in, make your point, have an argument with me, have a debate with me, make your point. You asked him multiple
Hey,
times,
Leonard,
and he couldn't.
Leonard, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing, Leonard.
Well, they're ruining this country.
It's so incredible
He-
how these cyclops
He
talk.
sounds like a guy that was given the right to hate, and he's happy about it. That's what he sounded like to me.
Just couldn't answer one of my questions. By the
Well,
way,
well, I'm
anybody-
surprised he didn't say, well, I'll tell you what.
By the way, anybody can call into this show, as you saw, and ask me a question, and I will answer it specifically. I can give you policies, and I can give you direct examples of how Donald Trump has negatively affected my life. But then when the shoe is turned on the other foot, and I ask him to answer a question about what policies have helped him, he couldn't name anything. All he said was transgenders.
They're not prepared to debate when they call. They just call in with
Well,
stupid comments.
it's
And
not
I
that-
love the fact that you
Leonard,
say,
I don't think, Leonard, that they're not prepared to debate. I don't think they have the mental capacity or the intelligence to be able to do so. That's my
well, they
personal
were
opinion.
smart enough to dial a phone.
Well, he was smart enough to dial
and
in.
he gave his name. We assume he gave his name.
I'm not sure you have to be smart to dial in a phone, but if you want me to give him credit for
I'm
that,
trying to be positive. He did call in. He spoke in. Well, I guess I can't say full sentences because they were mostly short sentences. But that's okay.
That's true.
I speak in short
Yeah,
sentences
yeah.
sometimes.
Thank you, sir, for proving what a nitwit you are.